Tennessee just couldn't capitalize beyond the earlier rounds. And here is first serve on the paddle of Hunter Johnson. A wide on the third.
Side out.
Court maintenance there from Hunter.
Unique court surface here indoors.
Point.
Corner goes Staksrud.
The Salt Palace, baby. And this is a cavernous spot. It is huge, lots of room in between courts. Actually, used to be an arena the Utah Jazz used to play right here. A little fun fact, start off the coverage.
Nice cross-court pass for Hunter Johnson.
Beautiful hold there, just kind of as that ball was coming slow to Hunter. No read there for Federico Staksrud. At the last second, Hunter whips through and goes cross-court with a very nice short angle.
What's the winning recipe for a player like Hunter Johnson to pull an upset against Staksrud if there is one?
Oh, I don't think that he needs to have an out-of-body experience at all. He really has a very solid game, and I think that these two fellas right here have two of the best inside-out forehands in all of men's singles. As we see it right there from Federico Staksrud. Both players do have a solid two-handed backhand ground stroke from the back of the court, but look for them to try to find forehands when possible.
2-0. Point.
Sneaky little, almost off-pace approach shot from Federico, forcing Hunter to hit up on that forehand pass, and he couldn't find it.
3-0.
Career record for Federico Staksrud, over 78% win percentage, and a clean winner off the tape.
Point.
Maybe not so clean, but directly to the corner.
I think quite a few of those numbers in the L column were earlier in his career too. So I think over the last calendar year, that percentage is even higher than what it showed on screen. Hunter Johnson definitely struggling early, showing a little frustration, needs to find his footing as Federico can put points together in a hurry.
For Hunter Johnson.
Yeah, a variety of passes there, different paces too. Really hit through a couple of those. A nice forehand dipping shot in the middle of that point from Hunter Johnson. So showing some good pace control and variety from the back of the court in that particular point.
These two have met 4 other times before on the PPA Tour. Hunter has had wins elsewhere over Fed Staksrud, but never on the PPA side. So looking for his first.
0-5.
That one was sitting up nice for Hunter. It's a tough miss, just about an inch wide. And a little intel from the truck as this year, Federico's win percentage is 85%, so up a little bit from that 78. Thanks, fellas.
That is an insane percentage to attribute the work he's put together this year. The most consistent men's singles player.
And the event with the most parity is men's singles. So even more impressive in men's singles to have that win percentage that high.
The only thing in his way at the moment is finding ways to beat Ben Johns. That's really the Achilles heel.
Yeah, I mean, sports are all matchups, you know, especially when it's 1 versus 1. So, you know, it's just, you can kind of throw in Quang Duong there. So Quang Duong gives Ben trouble, and Federico handles Quang Duong, actually beat him 11-0, 11-0 in the previous tournament. So it's just kind of a little roundabout there, and what styles match up with other styles. Very unique to see the matchups.
Hunter Johnson will meet with his bench. His girlfriend, Paris John, also a phenomenal singles player, and Yates Johnson, who just took on Federico Staksrud in the quarters. So if there's anyone that can relate to the frustration that Federico can cause, it's Yates behind him.
I mean, and that's, I mean, Yates is going to have great insights regardless, but to have just played him in the previous round, there could be some extra special stuff that Hunter could use, and he's going to need that.
11-9, 11-3 was the scoreline for Fed Staksrud in the quarters over Yates Johnson, the 16 seed of the tournament. Hey, Anna Bright and Rachel Rohrbacher in the house.
Just watching a little pickle, just casually over there. Probably just got some practice in.
Come in, 6-0.
They're fans now.
Point.
Yeah, Hunter unsure if that ball was going to stay in or not. Mid-pace there from Federico Staksrud up the line. Forced the miss-hit on the one-handed backhand of Hunter.
Point.
This is another into the net. The frustration still there, a little bit subdued, but 8-0 now for Staksrud in pickle territory.
Nice commanding control of the kitchen line from Fed Staksrud, and Hunter Johnson opting to stay back quite often in this game one. See a lot of the fellas just beeline forward whenever they get the opportunity. Hunter is hanging back and looking for spots to pass or come forward later in the point.
Paid off that time to get to the net. You'd have to think he'd start to adjust that. Easier said than done, though. It's the challenge, the biggest one for getting to the net in this matchup. Ooh, big serve.
Point.
Well, one of the main things is Federico has kind of upped the MPHs on his serve slowly but surely. So I wouldn't say that his serve has ever been a weakness for him, but I think it's even more and more of a strength every tournament he plays. So I think probably a little bit of that was Hunter, his own strategic approach, but also when you're receiving serves that are 3 or 4 inches from the baseline every time, it makes it hard to return and come forward.
Not out. Nine-1.
That is just nasty. Fully inside out. Federico takes a wind up like he is just going to crack a passing shot. He takes pace off and goes with the dipping low shot at the left foot of Hunter Johnson.
Game point early in game one, and a missed return will give Federico Staksrud the 11-1 edge and a 1-game lead for the #1 seed. Serve to match. Hunter Johnson on the board first in game two.
A great depth on that serve. Not hit at 100% pace, but gave Federico some trouble.
1-0.
Just deep on the return for Fed Staksrud.
Point.
Hunter Johnson spent some time on the pro tennis scene, also a college tennis player as well at SMU. Ooh, yeah, get the crowd on your side for that one. What did we just see, Adam Stone?
Oh my goodness, Hunter Johnson. You don't get the behind the back paddle tap from Federico Staksrud very often.
3-0.
What a interrupt the pace of play either.
Right. That's a sick volley from Fed.
Yes, it was. Pushing that backhand right up the line. Hunter kind of making a motion that he possibly could have taken that last pass up the line instead of cross court.
Point.
Yeah, that was, I wouldn't say that was cleanly struck from Federico Staksrud on the approach shot, so Hunter has to put a better effort forward on the passing shot if Federico is going to look to come forward on a weak ball.
Get from Staksrud, goes deep on the return.
4-1. Point.
Inside out forehand from Hunter Johnson. Beautiful. And also a couple of those mistakes that have been long, and 4,200 feet, about 4,200 feet up at Salt Lake is a factor.
Flat out.
Tournaments are a fun and exciting way to grow your game. Connect with other players and stay active in the welcoming pickleball community. Whether you're a seasoned player or looking to try your first tournament, we have a place for you.
1-5. Thank you. Side out. 5-1.
Oh, such a good drive too from Hunter Johnson.
Yeah, it was. And Federico took an awkward swing. It was kind of right into his hip. Yeah, it was a total scooper. And you know, you don't force. Yeah, you don't force him into that awkward contact point often, and he still gets out of it.
Wow, such a heavy angle from Hunter Johnson on the backhand side.
That was well done from Hunter. That was almost a short hop backhand, and he hit it with a sharp angle.
5-1.
Very high degree of difficulty.
Short return, and Hunter Johnson immediately turning to the bench, frustrated about something.
Yeah, and that's the ball that's been giving him trouble. The inside-out forehand has been on point, but when Fed approaches the forehand and Hunter is looking to pass cross-court, he has made several errors.
Ooh, had the opening, couldn't execute.
Point.
Federico will never shy away from a little cat and mouse play. Of course, likes to rip when he can, but when he is forced to play a drop and come up to the kitchen line and play some dink and dunk, he is just fine.
Wow, crosses over Hunter Johnson that time.
That's a beautiful inside out. Hunter in a tough spot there, just breaking to the open court, hoping that Federico was going to play it. There he does not. Great manipulation of the ball from Federico Staksrud. That flat backhand up the line from Federico looks a little cleaner and crisper than I have seen in some previous tournaments. It's trouble for everyone if he continues to make that consistently.
Problem with that forehand from Hunter Johnson.
Right up the line. So let's see if he can find a few cross-court forehands as well. He found two pretty good ones, Michelle. Couldn't find a third on his preferred shot up the line, but I like that play from Hunter Johnson. Some nice dipping forehands cross court. You have to keep Federico on his toes. You can't just continue to go to the same spot over and over again. He's too good.
Point.
The lead has completely evaporated for Hunter Johnson.
5-5.
5-1. Staksrud closed it.
Point.
That's wild runs here. 5 and then 6, and still going for Fed.
6-5.
Action there by Hunter Johnson.
That slice drop from Fed sailing well too long. It's a ball that Hunter must put away, and he does, even though he kissed it off the tape.
Side out.
Good look up the line for him.
Time in. 6-5.
Well wide on the forehand from Fed Staksrud, and Hunter's been a little flustered.
Yeah.
He had that great 5-point run to start this game, but even in game 1 and on this run from Federico,
5-6.
been a little irritable, so has to get that mental game situated. That's a beautiful shot up the line. Kind of took it on the rise, did Hunter Johnson. Clean winner.
6-6.
That's too heavy of an angle from Fed.
That cross-court forehand from Fed at the kitchen line. As you mentioned, Michelle just gets on the outside of the ball, just pulls it completely across with side spin, moving away from his opponent. When he strikes it well, almost no one can get to that ball.
And same corner.
7-6.
Oh, Hunter Johnson gets there. It doesn't
Point.
go over. Another point for Fed Staksrud.
Yeah, incredible get on the ball before the drop shot from Fed to place that in the back corner. Just such a tough combination as Federico takes the forehand deep to the backhand corner of Hunter Johnson and then goes with the short hop drop shot up to the front right of the court. That is a ton of court for Hunter to cover. And he got a paddle on it but couldn't do much with it.
8-6.
Oh, deflection gone wide, but had the opening.
Yeah.
Hunter.
I mean, he had a great read. He anticipated exactly what was going on, but Federico's shot just too good.
9-6. Point.
Yes,
Point,
player like that
10-6.
comes out and wins a gold in men's doubles.
Point game
Great
match.
players.
Yeah, I mean, that's an 11-1 run to finish game 2 after 11-1 in game 1. Wild performance from Federico Staksrud.
All right, the number 1 moving on to Championship Sunday for 2 straight weekends. And we will speak to Fed Staksrud on the other side of the short break. An aerial view of Salt Lake City and a great view of Federico Staksrud's dominance here on Humana Championship Court. Moving on to his 2nd straight Championship Sunday appearance in men's singles. Fed joins us now to talk about it. And Fed, you have a tendency to make really good singles players look silly sometimes. How do you manage to stick to your game in that way and cause that for others?
I wouldn't use the word silly, but it's Hunter is good. He's really good. So his serve is really good. His forehand and backhand are both great. So I had to, every time I was getting the ball to serve, I had to get points because if not, it was going to be tough. It was a tough day today on the changing the conditions, but I'm grateful to be in another final and pretty happy with my performance today.
Yeah, you should be, Fed. Phenomenal out there. I know that you're a bit of a self-proclaimed pickleball junkie, and I was wondering, when you were just in general practicing for singles, what percentage are you using off-court work in the gym? What percentage are you drilling? And what percentage are you playing matches?
Yeah, that's tough because doubles is so different from singles, so you have to kind of like change it up a lot, meaning practice-wise. So yeah, I mean, I'm in the gym probably. If I'm home, I'll go to the gym every day, do different stuff. Doesn't need to be like a hard workout every time, but I'll go every day to the gym. And yeah, we'll do like 4 sessions of singles, and then the rest will be doubles. So trying to separate that from doubles for sure.
Yeah, it's clear you're putting in the work, Fed, and as you reflect back to your first ever gold here on the Carvana PPA Tour, you've come so far, so fast with 9 singles titles to your name, now moving to your 2nd straight Championship Sunday appearance. What would you go back and tell that guy that won his first gold here and what you, based on what you know now?
Yeah, I mean, that was Atlanta 2022, I think. It was against Rafa, actually.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna step on the court right now. I mean, that was a crazy match. We were talking with Marshall Brown about that match, actually. And yeah, it's been a long way. I'm happy to see pickleball growing. I mean, I never would have thought to be playing on downtown Salt Lake City, in a pretty nice convention center. So I'm just happy to be part of this journey with the PPA Tour and MLP, and just grateful to be here.
All right, Fed, congrats. Moving on to Championship Sunday. And as Fed mentioned, teeing up our next semi-final matchup, it's Rafa Hewitt taking on Connor Garnett. It's going to be a fun one. Don't go anywhere. Semi-final action continues here from Salt Lake City.